I'm not gonna lie. I don't normally agree with this dude at all, really. However, he's been spitting lately. My guy has been spitting, man.
Yeah, give me a fair shot. Give him a fair shot from the beginning.
We did.
No, you didn't.
You did. He got drafted. He got
from the beginning.
He got drafted.
That's a fair shot.
Why? You heard your name called. You heard your name called. Yeah, 60 picks. You hear your name called. That's fair.
Guaranteed top 5 pick. How the f do you drop to the second round? What were you doing personally? Stop telling everybody else this narrative. I don't give a f about your
What
narrative.
were you doing, Gilbert? What was your narrative? Put yourself in the situation. Yes, that's why. He wasn't talking. No, he wasn't doing what you were doing. He wasn't doing that.
Talk for 5 minutes about.
Go ahead.
I was supposed to be a top 14 pick. My behavior got me in the second
not
round.
his game.
My work ethic got me started. My work ethic got me most improved.
No.
My work ethic got me on the video.
Gilbert.
You can hold my
Gilbert.
work ethic out. What are you talking about?
That's not
6
true.
o'clock in the motherfucking morning.
You had opportunity.
I didn't have no
You had opportunity.
I was the 15th.
You got to play.
How?
What do you mean how?
How?
You got in the game.
How? Beating their ass in fucking practice every
You
day.
got in the game.
All right, before we let them just yell it out, they were referring to Bobo. That was, for those that don't know, Gilbert Arenas and Rashad McCants. Rashad McCants is in the belief that, Bobo didn't get the opportunity, et cetera, et cetera. That's why he didn't thrive. Gilbert Arenas is saying he's just squandered it. Wasted talent. Guy who's not working hard. Et cetera, et cetera. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta agree with Gilbert Arenas. Y'all know how I feel about that bum ass nigga Bobo. But
so you think it's over for him?
I don't think it's necessarily over, because the luxury of being 7 foot is that you're gonna have a lot of opportunity. And by a lot of opportunity, I mean way too many. It's not a lot of guys that are that height that can, walk and chew gum. However, I think the problem is internet hype when it comes to a lot of these guys. So he won't be who people thought he was in high school and in middle school and all these stuff. Y'all remember when that Maker era was going on?
Yeah.
When all the makers were Thon Maker and John Maker and Lon Maker and Zon Maker. That Maker era, they were supposed to change big man, and then all of a sudden they just sucked at basketball. That's what a lot of these guys, man. He just sucks at basketball. He's not a hard worker. He'd rather be a fashion icon. It is what it is.
I said this on my stream. If we're still having this conversation 2 years from now when Thon Maker's 25, 26, okay. I'm going to admit
Bobo?
Bobo, my bad. But I was looking at his career. Essentially, the first 3 years of his career, he didn't really have much opportunity in Denver. And then he got it in Orlando. He had a really good, first 30 games, but post All-Star break, he was a 2-pack of ass. So I see why Orlando waived him. But I'm just saying, give it 1 or 2 more years before saying, all right.
Before anybody else goes, I want to ask you this question. What does it mean to give somebody an opportunity? Because they practice and they have off season, right? What does that mean though when you say that?
In this conversation, giving them solid NBA minutes on a regular basis.
Because
I think the conversation isn't about him just getting opportunities in a vacuum. Is him getting opportunities in the NBA game.
So everybody, in order to determine if they're good or not, you just have to give everybody NBA minutes in the NBA game.
I mean, that's not really what I'm saying, because for Denver, I can see why they didn't give Bobo minutes because of the other players on their team. And with the fact that they're trying to win now, so they want to prioritize people that can help them win now. So I see it on their front. I'm saying he got those opportunities in Orlando, and
I just mean in general. In order to evaluate if somebody's actually good or not, we have to give them NBA minutes in an NBA game.
At a certain point, I feel like you can start off with a small sample size and see how they do. Give them a larger sample size, see what they do, and go from there.
Okay. Sage, do you agree with that? Do you agree that you have to give them NBA minutes to determine if they're good?
No, we got practice. We got off season for that shit. I'm gonna call it like it is, man. I'm not in the practices, and obviously this is a debate between two players, so I think I'm allowed to have a side. I'm more so I'm seeing a duck. I'm not saying it's a duck yet, but I'm seeing some quacking. I'm seeing some waddling, and I'm gonna see how that motherfucker swim next season. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna write him off as a player overall. He his whole career left, but in terms of him being a disappointment, it is looking like it's either a lack of motor or maybe we were just completely wrong on the talent. Because it's no way on a team like Orlando that nobody in there seen you. There's no way you go from a team like Denver, I'm sorry, to Orlando and nobody has seen you and recognized you as a productive enough player to give you solid minutes and you be impactful in those solid minutes. So something's wrong, regardless of how we want Bobo to be. Something's wrong in terms of his productivity. And if it's, I would probably guess practice, but I'm not in the practices. But yeah, I heavily disagree with Soldier. You can your ass bust in practice, nigga. Guess who I know is a bitch now? Get your ass on the bench, fuck boy. Like, guess who I know is sorry now? Yeah, you cut. I don't give a fuck. I draft you at 10. If I pick a motherfucker at 10 and you are the worst nigga in practice and you are the worst nigga in camp and you are the worst nigga in the preseason, you'll be the worst nigga on the bench too. What's wrong with you? But that's just me.
Damo, this is your guy. I know you're ready.
If you want to say that Bobo in Denver had off the court issues or he had mentality issues and he had things like that was holding him back from playing in Denver, fine. They were a team trying to win now. They probably didn't have the space to have a ton of young players, even though that coach will play a young guy given opportunity. Charlie Brown was a fucking rookie last year. He got minutes. So if he didn't earn it with them, he didn't earn it with them. I don't think he was given a good, substantial kind of sample size to show what he was in Denver. Last season he played 70 games. That was more than the 3 seasons of games he's played at Denver. He didn't even play a cumulative 70 games in 3 seasons at Denver, and it wasn't because of injuries. It was DNPs. So he got his first chance to actually play, and the first thing I heard, because I've had a space about this, called Gilbert a fucking clown, because I don't see how you have the history that you have of being a second-round pick whose value was tarnished because of your attitude, and the only reason you got a fucking shot is because someone got hurt. And you got put in the starting lineup, and you was given an opportunity. Like Rashard McCants said, you wasn't just busting ass in practice, and nigga said one day we're just going to switch the lineup. No, nigga. The same thing that happened for Paul George, a prominent player going down that was getting minutes. So you got his minutes, and you showed you was worth it. Fine. You did that. You worked your ass off. I give you that. But let's not make it seem like Bobo didn't drop because of his attitude and injuries. You're negating the fact that he was injured coming out of college. Niggas was scared. MPJ in the same draft slid from 1 to 15 because of injuries, and you have Bobo slide from the first round to the second round because of his attitude and injuries. Niggas question his dedication to the game of basketball in college. Fair. They did the same thing with Anthony Edwards. He proved them wrong. So it's not like this is just a new thing. Nigga, he said he would want to be the number 1 draft pick in the NFL if he could. And I remember at that time, niggas was like, yo, does he really love basketball? He was on fucking YouTube busting that one football fucking YouTuber's ass, that one Madden YouTuber's ass, talking cash money shit about how good he is in football. And niggas was quite, does he really care about basketball enough to, He proved them wrong. So Bo just needs a chance to prove niggas wrong. If you don't, I can say this. Bobo is not 7'2" Kevin Durant. He's not African KD. He's not big lip fucking sniper. That's not who he is. All right. How many players do we see from the Ball is Life era that is that? How many niggas from the Hoop mixtape era that when they make it to the NBA, they're what they were presented as in fucking high school? Not a lot of them. So if we're gonna call all these guys failures, fine. You know me, I'm Mr. Consistency. Let's just be consistent with everybody. Let's not pick and choose when a nigga's supposed to be the next. Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to be the next greatest thing in basketball. Is he a failure, Gilbert Arenas? Because he's not that. He's the 3rd, sometimes 4th option on his team, but he won a championship. He played substantial minutes in the playoffs. He did his thing, but are you going to call him a failure because he didn't live up to the hype from fucking high school? No. If you're going to get mad because fucking Bobo Stan is saying he's the next greatest thing since sliced bread, Bowl World is saying he's the next greatest thing since sliced bread, and he doesn't live up to fucking Bowl World's expectations, you're going to call him a failure? You fucking goof? Are you fucking serious? I just want to see what Bobo does next year, if he's not able to get minutes on the court playing with the Phoenix Suns, we can have this conversation. But to have this conversation about a guy who just got an actual opportunity to play basketball, and everyone who didn't watch Orlando Magic games are going to sit here and tell me, oh man, if you couldn't even cut it on a Magic, where can you cut it? This is a business. They decided they didn't want to pay him substantial money to stay in fucking Orlando versus keeping the plethora of young forwards they have. Unlike niggas, I do my research. You can go look at the team right now. They have a flurry of young forwards that they rather would have kept, that they can't keep it on rookie wages, that they don't want to pay Bobo for. That sounds like a business fucking decision. They didn't bring in a bunch of vets. They didn't bring vets in at the forward position to take Bobo's spot. They used their other young guys that they had in the G League on two ways, this, that, and the third. If you want to call that he's a bad player versus cost-efficient team, I have a young core. Why am I going to pay money for Bobo when, again, he had a good first half, subpar second half, and I got Chuma Kiki here I've been developing. I got Caleb Houston I've been developing. I got X, Y, and Z I've been developing at the same position because I already have the number one pick in Paulo Banchero. No, don't damo me because I already have the number one pick, Paulo Banchero. I already have Franz Wagner, and I already have Wendell Carter, the guys that I want to fucking pay. Now that I got them, now I have to organize my bench with affordable contracts. We don't look at it that way, though. No one looks at it that way. It's just, 2K style. Bo's not here. He asked. So, hey,
you want to, it's this.
That ain't what I'm saying. I know you ain't talking to me, but that ain't what I'm saying, Holmes. And if you were talking to me, then that ain't what I'm saying.
Damo, it's different. I think the problem is with a lot of the people, especially the ones that get caught up in the ball is life era and some of these guys off these hoop mixtapes. Everybody isn't gonna be good, man. Ron Quinterly, ass, man. And that's cool. Isaiah Washington, all the Jelly Fam guys, garbage. They're buns. Like and that's cool. All the guys that got Ballers Life mixtapes weren't gonna make it to the league, man. And we're watching guys today on these highlight reels and all this stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting here, and maybe it's because I'm in the vicinity of some of these folks, listening to them talk about some of these guys at OTE, and what they'll end up being. It won't be them. And that's like statistically speaking, whether it be political, whether it be because you're just not like to that level, like you just won't be good. You won't be good. And that's cool.
Nasri just got paid. He's a Jelly Fam guy. He just got paid.
Yeah, but he's not that guy. He can get paid. He's just not that guy.
Minnesota fans might argue differently. They think he's that guy.
Come on, stop.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what Minnesota fans are saying. Niggas love him.
Come on, Damo.
By the way,
I'm just telling you what Bull World said.
I'm just
telling you what AE fans said. Hey, no one is saying Bobo was making too much money, but I'm pretty sure fucking idiots. Let me talk. I want to smack the shit out you, stupid niggas. I am 100% sure Bobo was not returning to the Magic for a minimum contract. So they didn't want to pay him extended amount of money to come back when you have 2 to 3 other forwards on rookie deals. That's the business side that I'm talking about. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, keep playing 2K, gang, because that is genuine. That makes sense to me. That seems like a logical thing on a team that already has their established forward, their established center. I'd rather just keep my young guys if I'm fucking tanking and developing teams versus I'm gonna pay Bobo X amount of money to still lose games. Send him somewhere else.
I ain't gonna say that what you're saying doesn't have merit, because you're right. It was a business decision. But I guess my question, and this ain't a gotcha moment, this ain't a trap card moment, but I guess my question is,
not do it though.
One, why did 29 other teams make the exact same business decision? And then 2, why couldn't said business decision have been to pay him even at potentially at the 5? But I know he's too skinny for the 5. In my opinion, he's too slow for the 4, and that's what really fuck up paying him. But ideally, it's kind of like nobody wanted the nigga to the point where you're gonna pay him minimum dollars at a position and for a team that is so desperate for anybody to fucking play for him and to have any levels of depth on the team that they're like, you know what? We don't know ball on this nigga. The worst case, he's fucking ass like everybody else on the squad. The best case, Magic, you was stupid. So I'm just asking that question. I'm not saying you wrong. I ain't saying that I'm right. I ain't even said how I feel about it yet. But I'm saying some more considering 29 other niggas ain't paying. That's
And
all.
I end my turn.
That's my host of the year.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Here's
I
the
don't
dick
And
want
I end my turn.
Here we
No
go.
one
Let them
did
take
it.
turns. Let them take turns.
No, that ain't me, bro.
Anywho,
That's my whole team, bro.
I was there's still trading hands. There's still
Hottie,
passing it back and forth. They're literally changing hands.
That wasn't me, young. You know that wasn't me.
They're literally going like this. Your turn. Your turn.
He's so good.
Go ahead.
Anywho,
That was not me.
so it was confirmed that no other team wanted him other than the Suns. That was a confirmed thing?
my trap
Oh my God. I wasn't even talking to him.
I was saying, nah, I don't know. I don't know necessarily if it was confirmed. I'm saying
how
that
are we
didn't pull
saying
the
that-
trigger on him.
What do you mean they didn't pull the trigger on him? What,
It's
extended,
the
like
minimum,
sign
like
up for
the-
long?
Yeah, no, like just paying him. The bar was a minimum, so like nobody outbid.
I mean, the
Suns.
Suns, the Suns got him. The Suns got him for a minimum. When,
All right,
when he
yeah.
originally got waived, and again, chat, please fact check me if I'm lying, but it was reported that up to 3 teams wanted him the moment he got waived. Was
Oh
it not
my God,
us?
no,
Okay,
the guy's
Jesus
trash.
Christ. Jesus Christ. I mean, man, this feels like a Twitter. This feels like fucking Discord. 3 teams wanted him the moment he was waived, which was us as the Lakers, the Suns, and I forgot the fucking third team. I think the Warriors. The Suns, the Warriors, and the Lakers were the 3 teams that wanted him when he was released. So a day or two later, it was reported that, it's looking like he's going to go to the fucking Suns. And then that video of him and KD fucking training together dropped. And then he went to the Suns. So I'm trying to understand, how is it, 3 teams wanted him the moment he was released. Now it's, 29 teams passed on him. And then he just pity fucked with the Suns. Like, no, niggas wanted him the moment he was a free agent. Niggas didn't want him for long stage. So to your point, maybe niggas want to see him prove more. Because again, last year was his first season playing actual basketball. The nigga still needs to be proven. So I get it.
Can I want to say this, please, because I don't want to sit here. I don't think the conversation is really about Bobo. The niggas asked, keep it going. The question really is, do we really feel like, because I don't believe this, that a person has to get NBA minutes being out there on the court, I guess them running some sort of offense for you or whatever the case may be, for them to evaluate if you are not good or not. Like, I just don't.
If you're supposed to
that.
have so much talent, if you're supposed to have so much hype, yes, I believe if you're one of those players that are hyped, that are supposed to be this talented, this type of player, I do think you need some type of minutes on the NBA court to at least showcase that, to show if you are, as the basketball players like Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Durant like to say, if you can hoop or not. You at least need to play niggas or be on the court more than 5 minutes a game to show if you can hoop or not.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain intangibles. Is that the word I want to use? Yeah, there's certain intangibles that you as a player can only acquire when you're on the court in a real game. Like, no matter what. That's just, I know I ain't a D1 athlete, but that's just like even going from elementary to somewhat level of competitive sport in anything, right? So you have to actually get out there to actually experience it. And if you have hype for being talented, yeah, you got to get a little bit. But I quick to cut a nigga off. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you trash, if you getting your ass bust in practice, I think we keep forgetting that these coaches are looking at these players, making plays, schematics, hiding weaknesses, even making roster acquisitions to hide weaknesses or improve strengths based upon the players that are on the roster. So if they have all of that time and they're like, yo, this nigga Sage got up on the court, fuck. Yeah, like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. No, he does not. Sit his dumb ass down.
Can I ask y'all a question for the party? Bol or Ben Simmons? Who would you rather have?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Not even a question.
So
Sage?
damn. So here's the thing. Right now, I think Ben Simmons, we know what he's capable of. The issue is the nigga's a broken box. So he might just not even try. With Bol, he either sucks or he doesn't.
He's a broken box that tries.
You call it trash. I ain't calling him trash.
No, look. Where I'm at with Bol,
I
He's
think
just ass till he proves that he's not ass.
No,
I think
don't answer that question like that. Niso's, because you didn't.
I said
give
Ben
your-
Simmons though.
No, that's not what I'm at. Because we stopped at you. Do you believe that you have to have NBA minutes? Because I don't. This is where I don't think I understand. If we're all coaches in here, and we see a guy who's not just getting his ass busted in practice, doesn't know the plays offensively or defensively, doesn't know his responsibilities, is still failing at some of the tasks that we've been, setting trainers aside for you to do. Like he's an L screener. We're trying to get you to make contact on screens. We've diverted all these efforts and energies to that, and you're still not doing that in a practice setting. Are we just supposed to say, you know what? He's a gamer though. It's not about the practice. He's a gamer. Let's just go ahead and slap that guy in there. That doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, I just feel like 7 to 8 minutes on a blowout game wouldn't hurt. Like if your ass is really getting busted in practice, you're not gonna get actual rotational minutes. That's my thing. Like I'm fine with him not getting actual rotational minutes, but if he can in those 7 to 8 minutes of garbage time really show you something, then I'm gonna try to see one day. Hey, let's give you a couple minutes in the actual rotation, see how you do. In those 4 minutes, can you perform? If you can perform, let me give me more minutes, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I just feel like you need to see, especially with Bol because he has if he reaches his potential, he can be a good player. Just give them chances.
Y'all soft, man. I guess we will be sitting here having an ass team if we're supposed to believe, oh, well, if you just gave everybody the opportunity to play. And that's why summer league basketball is so interesting, because you can see, especially all these guards, I'll be looking at them, I'm like, man, you're not finna be doing all this shit. And you kind of suck at doing the things that you're even doing right now. So there's no way I'm thinking to myself, because I was listening to some people talk about Kobe Buffkin, and I watched some of the Hawks, summer league shit. There's no way that I as a coach would say, yo, Trey, how about for a minute, man? We're going to try out this guy who can't create for others, isn't hitting mid-range shots, is an L on defense as well, and really is only like a straight line driver. Let's get him in there, man. Let's get him in there.
Yeah, it's a matter of when the opportunity is. Like, if it's number 1 seed clinched, random game, y'all load managing, even though that's its own debate. I ain't gonna lie, fuck it. But if I got shit to do, if I have other players that I want to develop, boy, fuck you. That's my opinion.